Week 9 of our K-Group study in the book of Ephesians, starting the chapter 3, verses 1 through 13 is what we're going to look at. And have here at the beginning, icebreaker. I know I've been putting these on the handout. It's not such a good circle handout each week, but this one has a pretty good tie-in. And maybe an option here is to get a candy jar and just set it out on the snack table and don't really say much about it. Just put a sign with a piece of paper where they can take the guesses. And then at the lesson time, go ahead and reveal who had the closest to that. And what that tie-in is to this idea of Paul says in verse 3 that God has revealed to him this mystery. And sometimes we look at mystery as something we're trying to figure out, but he says that it's something that God has revealed to him. Over in verse 3, he says, that this mystery was made known to me by revelation. And so God had told him that this new community that he was forming, and that through Jesus, Gentiles and Jews would not only be joined up together, because as I pointed out on Sunday, that wasn't necessarily something new. Gentiles could become part of the Judaism faith, but they would have to be circumcised and would be definitely encouraged to keep the law. But here Gentiles, and we learn through the book of Acts, that it's clear that they do not have to be circumcised to be part of God's family. And so that's the mystery that Paul is now revealing to the churches, that they are one in Christ, and there's no more external. And it's about grace. It's not about the things you do to get in. And so that's one of the really big focuses on this week. But there's several good other side notes that we could really spend time talking about. Just how the Jews might have responded to this. This is an excellent question here, tying it back to the parable of the prodigal son. And then Paul puts a great deal of emphasis toward the end of the chapter upon the church and how the God has made known through the church, and that's us. And so there's some great questions there about the church as well. So it's going to be a great week. Encourage you to get in and study this and look over the questions. It's going to be an outstanding time together.